When do you need to be thinking about healthy weight loss? In this video, we are going to be taking a closer look at one of the most important concepts when it comes to metabolic disease like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, you name it. By the end of this video, you'll know what you need to do next to maximize your health. Hey, I'm Dr. Anna. I'm a medical doctor. I was trained in Italy, and I'm here to give you all the information you need to master your health. So far in our conversation about weight loss, we've covered a lot of topics. So let's do a quick recap. We talked about who needs to be thinking about weight management and weight loss. We talked about why our bodies want to gain or lose weight and what that means for you. And we talked about how the body actually acquires fat or loses fat. And now I want to address another key point in the weight story. And this is the idea of when to engage in weight loss. So in general, if we wait to start addressing our health until we have symptoms, we are unfortunately late. If you take nothing else away from this video, I want it to be this. The best way to treat any health condition or any disease is to prevent it from happening in the first place. And this is so true when it comes to metabolic diseases and metabolic health. And it just so happens that metabolic and chronic diseases that are linked to obesity happen to be some of the trickiest conditions to treat. It's part of the reason that we have an epidemic of these conditions. Now, why are these so hard to treat? Well, there's a few reasons. A first reason, which we mentioned before, is that our body resists changes to its weight. It has that preferred set point. The second reason is that our habits are foundational in what caused them in the first place. As human beings, in general, we are driven by our habits. We get used to doing certain things and used to certain behaviors that ultimately have led us to a point where we might be overweight or even have some of these health conditions, and it is notoriously difficult to change behavior. And then another reason why it's so difficult to tackle metabolic health and metabolic disease is because there's a key difference between quick fixes in the short term and lasting change for the long term. Unfortunately, when it comes to our metabolic health, not all solutions are alike. Many of the weight loss solutions that are on the market or that you know your friends or family have tried are unfortunately falling into the category of these quick fixes. It can be very profitable for some companies to give you a result in a short period of time because, hey, it works. But then ultimately, you're going to have to come back the next year and do it all again because it didn't last for the long term. So don't be fooled by this. Usually, the faster you can lose the weight, often the faster you can regain it right back. Now, that's not always true, but it's usually true. Now, here's another concept that not enough people are emphasizing, and that includes some doctors, is that in terms of your health overall, if you lose 50 pounds in 3 months, but 12 months later, you've regained 60 pounds, overall for your metabolic health, you didn't really accomplish anything. And when it comes to your metabolic health and your disease risk, that's really what matters. Overall, your goal should be to move the needle in the right direction for the long term. That's what's really impacting your health. So not to belabor the point, but the best time to jump on healthy weight management is yesterday. But the second best time is right now. So at this point, you're probably jumping out of your chair wondering what you need to be doing in order to jumpstart your health and your metabolism and lose the weight for good. And you may even be wondering if it's not just simply about cutting calories, then what can we do to effectively lose weight and remain in shape for the rest of our lives? Well, we need to form new, simple, and healthy habits that drive us automatically into a state of improved health and overall well-being. And the most important thing is that this new approach is not just sustainable, but it's also healthy and backed by scientific evidence. Does such an approach exist? Fortunately, yes. And actually, there is more than one way. But I want to tell you about my absolute favorite way because it's the way that I live. So one of the best, most scientifically studied and amazing approaches to diet and lifestyle is the Mediterranean diet. Now, this diet emphasizes eating whole foods, lots of plant-based foods like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts and seeds, legumes, and then eating some fish, some eggs, some high protein protein dairy sources, and less poultry and even less red meat, but even throwing in some wine and some dessert every now and then. It is a very sustainable, delicious, and fun approach to eating that some cultures in the Mediterranean area have been eating for thousands of years. So of course, it stands the test of time. And now research has been showing for decades numerous health benefits of the Mediterranean diet and Mediterranean adopted lifestyle habits. These include things like healthy weight management, heart health, brain health, mental health improvements and lower rates of depression, the ability to have a healthier body and get more exercise and get better sleep, and reduce your risk of many chronic diseases. So the key thing here is that it's not about depriving yourself of anything, but it's about making healthy choices that are going to improve your overall health and well-being. So not only does it help you in weight loss, but it also improves your overall health and health trajectory for the long term. And one of the best things about the Mediterranean diet is its linkage to living a long time. In other words, improved longevity, which tends to be a really hot topic these days. So if you're ready to dive in and learn a lot more about the Mediterranean diet and lifestyle, I have the perfect video for you over here that gives a really simple way to get started today. Jump into that video and I'll see you over there.